Hi guys. Hold on, let me make my mic sensitivity like. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's good. All right, let me. Okay, so I'm currently having some pizza in the oven or preheating the oven so I can put the pizza in the oven. So I'm gonna be a tiny bit inactive at the start, and then I still need to just configure some stuff and share this live stream. All right. But yes, hi everyone. Just gonna wait for everyone to pour in. I'm gonna go check on my pizza real quick. Let me first open let me first open FL Studio. This is gonna be a no camera stream. I mean, I could show what I look like right now. It's not like it's just like, I guess for my drawing streams I don't want to show my face because I don't feel like that's the focus. Um I mean, we could talk for a bit. Okay, I got out of the shower, so my hair is like really curly, and I put this headband not for like scene vibes or anything. I just put it because when I take it off, it flattens my bangs, so I don't have to like, they don't have to like, that way it's not puffy. The only thing like I would need to do is just kind of straighten my bangs here, but yeah, this is what my regular hair looks like, guys. I was lying. I don't have straight hair. I just have really heat damaged curly hair. It's somehow more curly on this side than it is on this side of my head. I don't know why. But yes, this is the real Felix hair reveal, guys. Abby Dawn shirt? No, this is not Abby Dawn. This is Avril Lavigne. I'm not gonna be getting up because I don't have a bra on right now. And I'm a bit of a bigger chested individual. So, but yeah, this is the hair reveal. Honestly, it still looks seen even when it's curly. I guess I just prefer to straighten it. That way, like, people know when I'm out walking on the streets, I guess. Um, but also, I feel like with the headband, it's like, oh god, wait. It's like giving, like, super scene. Like, I hate saying that. That sounds really cringy. Like, either you know it or you're not, you know what I mean? Felix, I know you're secretly bald. Um, yes, I'm secretly bald. These are all wigs of mine. Don't even play. Let me go check on. Let me go open my FL. I keep saying FL Studio. It's cause the initials for Flash CS6 are like, the FL. So let me open the file for Sonic High School Sound Episode 2. Right now I'm working on the storyboard, so it's not even like really the official file for the second episode, but I'm gonna put you guys on that while I check up on the pizza real quick. Alright, there. Okay, I think this works. I think this is good. Okay. Alright, there is better. That way you guys can see the logo. I don't want to come off as like gatekeeping or anything. Okay, I'll be back. I'll still be here, but like I'm just gonna be in the other room checking on my pizza. That's all. And then I'll go ahead and answer questions soon. Okay, guys, I'm back. I know I sound a little far away. That's because I'm like getting my food right now. I did put pizza in the oven, but I'm getting like a little snack right now. I ordered Wingstop the other day, and I couldn't finish the veggie sticks. I got a special like deal or something. I don't know. I don't ever order from Wingstop, but I felt like treating myself, so I decided to order an extra thing of veggie sticks, like one, not an extra one because I only ordered one, but like one of like the big veggie sticks, and like that shit is like just too much. It's just too much. We're gonna like talk and hang out a bit before I like start to draw, because I haven't eaten all day, guys. But yeah, I didn't. It was like a deal. Like I don't know if you guys like had ever used the Wingstop, like the account or whatever. I have an account because my brother, he wanted me to do a deal for him once, and I just never used it again after that because I was broke most of the time. Oh, I see. Give me a second. Okay, is it better now or still echoing? Wait, let me ask you guys. Is it still echoing? Okay. No echo, okay. My mic quality is worse? Oh, I think I know why. Hold on. That is so weird. My mic quality shouldn't be bad. Wait, hello? 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 I don't know why it's quiet. Let me see. Okay, is this better? Is this better? Yeah, you guys can hear me. There's no echo or anything. Hello? Hello? Okay. It is better. Okay. So, back to what I was saying about... Did someone say goy? Phone goy? Oh. Nothing. Never mind. Sorry, I was just thinking something else. Okay. Like I was saying, we're gonna eat like some of this because again, I put pizza in the oven. I don't want to like fill up on this too much, but yeah, I created a Wingstop account like I think a year ago or something. Oh yeah, the munching is in HD quality. If that bothers you, I'm so sorry. I can turn my mic sensitivity down. Oh my god. Apparently my mic was peaking. I'm looking at the monitor right now. Yeah, Felix ASMR. This is just Felix ASMR. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry if I'm getting like quiet and then loud. I'm just playing around with the mic sensitivity. But anyways, yeah, I created a Wingstop account like a year ago because my brother wanted a deal or something. I never really thought of using it because like Wingstop is expensive, and like I'm not really someone who eats fast food a lot. I know I probably look like a freaking liar, but like I'm serious. I'm serious. Like I don't really eat fast food that often. I guess the only thing that I could be lying about is because like I guess I did start eating more fast food because I do work at a fast food job now, so like that's what I eat during my breaks. Because it's like a free meal. I mean, come on, like duh. Um, but other than that, I'm not really someone who orders out fast food like often, on the regular or anything like that. Um, but the other day, there was this deal to get like these chicken sandwiches. I mean, I got them because I guess this hot lemon and the Mexican spice were going out soon, and I was just thinking, oh well, like the chicken sandwiches are probably gonna be mid, but I'm only like I just want the meat to dip in the ranch, right? And so I ordered these veggie sticks, but I couldn't finish them all. Okay, I don't know what was up, but when they first gave me like the veggie sticks, it was just like the ratio of carrots to celery was so bad. Okay, quick question. Are you guys like, if you guys have ever eaten at Wingstop or just in general, like, do you guys like carrots and celery more? Or, let me rephrase. Do you guys like carrots more? Or do you guys like celery more? No, you guys can, like, definitely hear me gulping and, like, ew, like, I'm not a fan of ASMR. I'm sorry if this is, like, pissing people off. I got off work at 5 today, and then I came home, took a shower, popped the pizza in the oven, and then, live streamed, so I haven't really had time to eat today. I only eat carrots because, like, I honestly only eat carrots because, like, I want to train my jaw. Like, I read somewhere that if you eat a lot of carrots, it, like, strengthens your jaw muscles. Because, like, crunchy. But, personally, I actually like the taste of celery more. Like, with ranch specifically, I don't know. I only ever had the lemon pepper chicken. Okay, I was like that for like a while as well. Back in my high school days, I would eat more Wingstop because that's just what a lot of teenagers do. But I still didn't have an account because like I said, like I would eat there more frequently than I do now. But it wasn't to the point where I was like, "Ooh, I should probably make an account." Um, but um, I had lemon pepper. I stuck by lemon pepper for so long. Um, but then like, what was it? I think I started trying different flavors because my brother loves Wingstop. Again, he's the reason why I created the Wingstop account, right? One day he was like, "Oh, like you want to go hang out and get Wingstop?" I'm like, "Sure, yeah." And we get there, and he puts me on. He gets the original hot, and he gets the Louisiana rub. And I'm sorry, I remember the flavors because this is like a core memory. Okay. Um, the only thing, okay, show says I feel like a child when I say I dislike celery. The only thing I dislike about celery is like you have to like eat it horizontally. You can't eat it vertically because like you get these little like strings. It's kind of like weird. And then it tastes too much like celery if you don't dip it in ranch, which I don't like. What was I saying? I guess I just don't like the carrots from Wingstop because they're just too thickly cut. Like they're not like, and then the celery strips are just, they're bite sized. They're bite sized in width. But yeah, my brother, he put me onto those flavors. I never actually tried the original hot though until like I graduated high school because like I don't know, I guess I just didn't feel like it. I've always been like scared of like, I'm not a wings person because I don't like wing flavors that are like saucy and drippy and messy. And like given that like both my jobs I drive around a lot and stuff, like I don't know. I guess it just didn't feel convenient to just eat Wingstop. Even when I was living at my old house, my mom, she was a very like, we lived in an ingredient household, but it was very much closer to like eat healthier, eat healthier. And I don't blame, like that's not a bad mindset to have, but I guess like I always felt judged if I brought home fast food. And damn, I actually remember eating a lot more fast food then than I do now, even though I feel fatter. I don't know if that makes any sense. Yeah, I feel like I've gotten fatter than when I was in high school. Even though I would eat fast food like literally almost like probably like every week or so. Oh wait. I love honey mustard. Okay, honey mustard, yeah. Honey mustard is good. It just depends on who makes it. Where I work, I love the honey mustard there. It's more honey than it is mustard though. To be fair, but it still has that tang of mustard. But most places, I'm just like, I'm just not a fan. It's just not like ideal, you know? That's just you getting older. I think. Oh my god! Guys, don't scare me, please, please, please. I still want to work out and I still want to lose the weight because I hate how, I don't like how I look. Like to be fair, like I show myself because like I don't mind how I look, but like I always want to be skinnier. I mean, I think that's what everyone wants. To be fair, like most people always want to like. You guys know that one TikTok audio that's like, look thinner, look better, and then it's like the beat drop. Like maybe I'm on looks maxing TikTok a little too much, but like most people in general, their primary wish is to be thinner. Like we all know this. This isn't news to anyone, okay? Everybody in this chat wants to look thinner, wants to look better, right? But like I still get scared, okay? Because I know when I hit 20, it's probably gonna be like hella hard to like lose the weight, and honestly, I'm not even really making that much of an effort to lose the weight, and like I'm afraid I'm gonna be like fat forever, bro. And like I might look cute now because people say I look cute, but like I have a baby face. But what's gonna happen when I'm chunky and I start to like go through second puberty and I start looking like and abuelita, like I mean no shade to them, no shade to them, it's just like I don't know, like I think I get a little insecure. But this is not gonna be an ED live stream, okay? Like no ED, like no I Heart ED live stream, okay? Let's change the subject. I will change the subject. But I completely forgot to check up on the pizza. But stir fry, the ice cream man being outside your house at 9 p.m. That's concerning. Don't go out. Don't go out. Hold on, let me like scroll through a lot of these questions because like y'all said a lot before I actually like sat down, and I think I'm done eating the little veggies. I'm gonna check up on the pizza soon because I put pizza in the oven earlier, and I forgot to set a timer. So fuck it, we ball. Um, let's see what y'all said though. Okay. Well, actually, let me answer these questions when I get back. Okay, I'm back. Let's let me focus on Sonic High School Asylum while I answer these questions. It might be a little hard for me to like look at the chat and see what you guys are saying at the same time. Let me see if I can just like there. Okay, there. Sorry, I think I can look at your guys' chats. Sort of. I'm trying to like minimize the window, like make it big enough to where I can read it, but okay, right there. Trying to fit both windows at the same time. Okay, let me fix this. Okay. I'm gonna scroll up to one of the first. Okay, Sloppy Joe, if you're still in here, I will tell you how I do the voices. How I make the voices all crunchy. Okay. So that's the first thing. So what you need this program. This program, Flash, I'm using Flash CS6. All Adobe Flash products have a feature where you can import audio, but now all y'all need to listen because this is the most asked question of all time. You all need to listen and lock the fuck in because I'm telling you how I do the voices, the crunchy voices. Now, you need a Flash Adobe product because that's the only thing that makes it crunchy. Okay, the reason it makes it crunchy is it's called bit rate. It's the rate at which the audio plays at, like the sampling rate. I believe. I'm not too good with these terms, but that's what you kind of need that. And then you also need Audacity because here's the other thing: all Adobe products don't accept. Maybe this has changed over the years, but definitely older products such as this, they do not accept. Hold on. I actually don't think y'all can see my cursor. Fuck, this is not gonna be good if you guys can't see my cursor. Okay, no, y'all can see my cursor. Never mind. But like I was saying, Audacity, you need Audacity because all older Adobe products, they don't accept MP3. You have to import your audio as a WAV file. Now, and I'm gonna be eating while I say this, okay? Now the reason you can't import MP3, I don't know why, but the reason you can import .wav files, which is another form of audio file, onto Adobe Flash, is because .wav files are the easiest to encode and are compatible with basically anything. Yeah, I know. Adobe Flash, at least this one that I'm using, I don't know if Adobe Animate has changed this feature. I don't think they did, because last year I would the B12 animation that I did, I made that in school. We used Adobe Animate on the school computers. I don't think you could import .mp3 files. But yeah, no, I don't think you could do that. So you're gonna need to get Audacity. Now I might have to share my whole screen for this, so let's just log the fuck in real quick. Let's lock the fuck in real quick while I share everything. Okay, this is my whole setup. So what we're gonna do, you're gonna open Audacity. You're gonna open. So what I like to do is I like to get let's go YouTube. Go on YouTube. Let's see. Let's pick a song. Let's pick a song. Like, I don't want you guys looking at my search history, so I'll just like find something on here. Bro, why are all these so long? All these videos are so long. Like 31 minutes. Okay. Why don't we do playlists? Okay. Let's do an animation meme. Let's do the medicine one. It's this easy. Actually, let me open a new Flash file just to show you how easy it is. Alright, we got our new Flash file. I'm gonna change the stage to like a different color so it's less straining on the eyes. We got our video. We're taking our video. I'm sorry if I'm... Oh shit, I'm sorry if I'm echoing. We got our video. You go to a YouTube downloader. This might take a while. Hopefully someone clips this and like uploads it, because like just as a tutorial video, because I'm not gonna do that. But download your little thing. It might take a few tries depending on what site you're using because of all the ads. I use Y2Mate. If y'all want the link, I can drop it. So there, it's downloaded. Video playback 3. So now this is the thing. I don't know if this works for YouTube to MP3 because I use Y2Mate. They encode their audio as .m4a. So depending on how whatever site you're using, whatever they encode the audio as when you download it, you have to do an additional step, because I can't import. The thing is I actually can't, to this for Audacity, I can't import M4A files. So what I have to do is I have to convert the M4A file to a WAV file. So it's an additional step. So it's a bit of a process, but it's again, it's not even that hard. Y'all are seeing like this is hella easy. I will say though, if you're doing this on mobile, first of all, like, why you can't even use Flash on mobile, so like this doesn't apply. So again, if you're on PC, this is like hella easy. It's like three or 5 steps. So now you got your WAV file. Let me check the chat, make sure none of y'all are. Okay. Y'all are listening. Okay. I didn't want to like keep talking in case someone had a question. You import your file. Now, sometimes the audio, this is another thing I like to do. I like to sometimes I like to make the audio faster. Or no. Okay. Let me tell you a few things. If you want to make your audio louder so that it appears louder on Flash, you can do that by just going amplify. And then you can Control R to repeat that. I actually like to make it to where the sound waves are hitting the top lines here and the bottom lines here, because that means that because again, Adobe Flash compresses this. It compresses this audio, meaning it'll make it seem quieter than it really is. So it is actually preferred to make your sound waves very tall, like visually tall. If you want to hear what it's going to sound like, what you can do is you can actually change the settings on your Audacity to make it where is it? I think it's, I'm pretty sure it's preferences. Okay, yeah. It's gonna be preferences. Now, if you want to hear what your audio is gonna sound like before you export it again and save it, what it's going to sound like when you import it to Flash, you can always change the project sample rate and the default sample rate. That way you know what it's going to sound like when you export the audio and when you import it to it's not going to change the audio. It's not going to change the audio like as in it's not going to change the file's bit rate until you export it. It's more like this is just a bit view. It's like that's why they call it a sample rate and not the bit rate, because it's a sample of what the bit rate is going to sound like. So I put mine to 11.11025 because let me tell you this as well. I had to Google this. If you're a Flash user, older Flash is very picky about what hertz they accept their bit rate to be. I believe they only allow 11,000 hertz. Is that 11? No. Whatever. I just put 11 because I just remember the first two digits. 11,000 hertz, and they only allow 44,000 hertz. I know it's not 44,000. I'm just that's just how I memorized it in my head. Anything else like 32,000, 22,000, 16, they're not going to allow that. If you export your project like this, you're basically what's going to happen is if you import a project with a different sample rate other than the 11 and the 44, you're going to get a really skewed audio. The best thing I can equate this to is Birdie. I know this is like such a dumb thing to bring up, but Birdie, her projects, whenever she would make vent animations and the audio was always so skewed. Oh shit, I gotta check up on the pizza. Hold on, I'll be back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Almost got a little too carried away. Alright. Like I was saying. Let's go back to like what I was trying to say. Alright. Basically, it's gotta be at 11,000 or the 44. 11 or 44, because if you and that's why the default sample rate, I put it that's the preview. The project sample rate is just what your software, what your Audacity software is going to automatically recommend you to export your audio for. This is just for safety. I always put it this one. This is the most compressed it's going to be. Now, the reason for that is if you do any other sample rate and you import it to Flash, what's going to happen is your audio is going to be very skewed. The pitch and the speed is going to be very off. I've done this before. Maybe some of you guys, it's happened to you too, where you import your audio and suddenly it's like a Nightcore version or like a super duper slowed version, and it's not at all what you intended. Yeah, that's because your sample rate got fucked up while you were doing your audio. Okay. Sorry, I lingered on that way too long, but I feel like I need to stress that because it took me a while to figure out how to, what sample rate that, what bit rate Adobe likes, because they're very finicky about that. So I made my audio very loud. It's going to appear very loud in just a second, but I'm going to import it. And this is what it's supposed to sound like when I import it. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but... Okay, yeah, I think y'all can hear that. Yeah, no, y'all can definitely hear that. Okay. So that's what it sounds like. That's a snippet of it. So you're just gonna click export audio again, see the sample rate. It automatically puts it there because in my preferences I put to make the project rate that much. And then the encoding, it's just better to keep it at 16-bit because that's the lowest it is, and 4400 is already like the lowest it's gonna be. You actually can do 11 as well. That's another one you can do. I put 44. Oh wait, I already said that earlier. I put 44 because like I feel like it just gets compressed even more. So I don't know. Either or is fine. And then yes, you're gonna want to go ahead and replace your audio because you're not gonna need the audio that you imported to Audacity. So when it comes to importing your audio using Flash products, I think most of y'all will not be able to get this specific version because I don't think there's a keygen for it anymore. And all the keygens keep getting taken down. By the way, Sloppy Joe, the song is called Medicine. I used to know who made it, but I forgot. Okay. But yeah, basically all the keygens for Flash CS6 keep getting taken down by the internet, so if you can get, I'm pretty sure you guys can still get copies of Flash 8, and it works the exact same way, so this tutorial still applies. It'll just have a different UI layout. So when it comes to importing your audio, you're going to want to go to File, then down to Import, and you're going to want to import to Library. So importing to Stage means that I'm putting it right here. But it's much better to import to Library so that like it's in your library, it's in here, you can grab it and use it whenever you want. And so that it just for clarity, so that you know it's there. It's generally not helpful to import it, especially if you already have drawings, because one other thing that most people don't really know about Adobe Flash is that you can draw on the music layer. I will show you guys that in a second. It's really weird. It's a super weird thing, but like for example, if I have a drawing here and say this is like my only layer, it's not going to be helpful to import the music to here because I already have drawings here and it's just going to be annoying. And once you import the audio to the stage, you won't be able to take it out. So it's just better to import to Library. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to import to Library. And then takes a while. Put in your WAV file. Make sure it's WAV. Let me show you guys what happens if it's not WAV, just so that y'all know. The M4A file. Adobe products don't have issues reading stuff that isn't a WAV file. So again, you always want to do WAV, if possible. That's why I always have Audacity on standby. So now I have my little thing. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. I imported the audio on the same as the drawing layer, and yes, I can delete the drawing by clicking on the keyframe, but say you have multiple ones and you can't, then you have to delete the layer and start all over again. So that's why it's always good to like name your layers if you can, and then I like to import the music first if possible and then do the drawing later. You can also tell, Adobe kind of tells you signals that you've drawn on the music layer, because if I draw on the music layer, the music that where I imported the music, it turns a little gray and stuff. But anyways, you want to just scroll all the way to like wherever you feel the audio is going to end, whatever frame you think the audio is going to end, and then just insert frame. Oh damn, this one's still going. Oh damn, this one's still going. Oh shit, wait, how many frames? This is 12 frames per second. Okay, well, you get the idea. And then here you can do your little drawings. I'm gonna just doodle like, cause it's the medicine audio. Oh yeah, by the way, in terms of brush, I personally always have the pressure tilt on. And I think I have my brush settings to... I know I have it. I have my brush settings to something specific. Smoothing, yeah, there. I always put my smoothing to 50. Just the default. I believe that's the default. But we'll just do like a quick little doodle. I don't know. Guys, I'm going back to like the 2016 art style or whatever. Bro, why did everyone draw hair like this? Like, they always had like little swoops, and then like everything always had like the Jaden animations, but like woke and gay art style. Like, that's what it just felt like. I'm having fun drawing this, guys. Okay, there's a little choker, and then why did they all have like, okay, peak 2016, because they all had like the little like off the shoulder knit sweater outfit and like angel wings. And they were just like all so small, ooh and whatever. Okay. But anyways, you guys get the idea. Then you just, if you want to hear what your audio sounds like, because again, the reason I had to put all the frames down here is so that I like to stim to my audios too, so I just like to put all the frames as like the music frames as long as I can. The drawing frame doesn't really matter, but when you export it, it should sound like this. So Adobe Flash automatically bit crushes the audio. If you can hear it. I didn't do anything to bit crush the audio. It just automatically does that. Well, I kind of did, but it's only because I have to, if that makes sense. It's just that Adobe's MP4 thing, it crushes it even more. Just a little bit more. But yeah. Hopefully that was a very easy tutorial. Sorry I talked a lot, but like, trust me guys, it's so easy. It's like 3 steps, 4 steps. Trying to see your guys' other questions. Okay. I'm trying to answer other SHSA questions. Okay. I don't know if CamToon Supreme is still here, but CamToon Supreme asks, what's planned for the next episode, by the way? So, for this episode, I've planned quite a few things. Mainly the introduction of Rouge and Knuckles, but most importantly the introduction of the Chaotix. Although the introduction of the Chaotix is not going to be super fleshed out, I mainly want to focus on the dynamic between Rouge and Knuckles. Political and whoa. What? Wait, hold on. Wait. Let me answer your question then. Damn. What do you mean political instability? What? Okay. Oh shoot. I'm trying to look for your question. Okay. Are there going to be any emo characters in SHSA other than Shadow? I don't know yet. I don't, because again, like, the only characters I'm adding to Sonic High School Asylum are the main cast. Any person you see in the background is someone who, for the pilot episode, I hosted a raffle. Or, no, I didn't even host a raffle. I was like, hey, like, let me open a thread and send all your OCs here, and, like, whoever's cool, I'll add them. I kind of added everyone, actually, because it was very small when I first started working on it. But nowadays, if you have an emo OC and you want to add your character, you're gonna have to pay. Cause, like, low-key, I'm not broke, but I tend to use my money for, like, utilities, like shopping, groceries, gas, and saving it for rent. So anything helps. Yeah, anything helps. How did you promote SHSA? I know that you posted some TikToks and made that account, but is there any other way? I'm making a little story of my own, and I'm trying to grow the server. Okay. TikTok is a great way to promote. TikTok is a great way to promote whatever project or series you're working on. However, the only downside that comes to it is having the most insufferable fan base ever. A majority of you guys aren't insufferable, but, like, when I say that, I don't really necessarily mean insufferable. I've really only gotten a few people that have just gotten on my nerves. But in general, just expect, if you're someone who's older and doesn't want younger people to interact with you, TikTok is a great place for reach and to grow your platform, but it's not so great in the sense that a majority of people who will be enjoying and liking your content will be younger. Yeah. Hold on, let me actually... There. Let me try to pull up the script, because I need the script to work on this. So I don't even remember what I wrote for the script at this point. It's been so long. Oh my god. I guess but I know you're young. I know you're young. Like, I don't remember your exact age, but I know you're, like, younger than I am. But you're one of the good ones, so, like, I haven't kicked you off my live stream yet. Hold on. Am I echoing? I feel like I am. Why am I swear I'm echoing. Let me double check. Okay. It's really weird. Let me try. Okay. I guess I thought I was. But anyways. Alright, when it comes to your content, I'm curious, what are you trying to, what is your story about? The reason my story got so successful is, you don't really just make something, the thing is, you don't really just make something with the intention to just, like, okay, when you make a story or something, most people nowadays are either making it for one of two reasons. In their brain, they're thinking, oh, this is just for a hobby. This is just something I like to do. Those people typically don't go viral. Unless they have connections, or unless they put in a lot more effort. But then there's people like me who you just have to know what the current trends are right now, or what people are missing in their lives, or what people want to see. You just have to know. And you have to tap into that. I knew that a lot of people, because the whole like late 2000s Y2K stuff is like becoming a thing right now. I knew people were gonna like go down the whole nostalgia thing and like, oh well, they like the cute core stuff. They like all the Lottie can I have promo aesthetics, like if you're on the web, like the Newgrounds stuff. They like all that, like hashtag Newgrounds, hashtag like 4chan or whatever. I don't know how to categorize these aesthetics, but if you know, you know. They just like stuff that looks like an edgy teenager would have drawn in the late 2000s. And I was just thinking, that's what I need. But for the Sonic community, we don't have that for the Sonic community. So you kind of just have to know your story has to be interesting though. It has to be it's not the, oh my god, ew, I'm stuttering a lot. It's not just the premise that has to be interesting to your audience. It has to be the plot, and there has to be at least some sort of visual appeal, or maybe even some meta appeal. It depends on what you're going for, after all, because I have meta appeal due to the fact that people know that I'm obviously trying to replicate the 2000s aesthetics. Yeah. Yo, popping in just to say hi. Can't wait for new SHSA. It does take place in the 2000s. Okay. I think the problem is that it depends. Okay, when it comes to, when you say, this is why I didn't want to base my series in the 2000s. Like, there's 2000s aesthetics, yes, but I'm not sure if I want to give Sonic High School Asylum an exact year, because I don't want people to be like, oh well, if it's 2008, this technically wouldn't have existed yet, and this shouldn't be said, and this and that and whatever. And I'm born in 06, so I barely, like, I know some things from the 2000s, but I don't have the experience of someone who lived through that. Now my boyfriend is a millennial, so I do talk to him for some of these things, but like at the end of the day, like, no, I I don't have the experience of like living through that. Sorry, oh my god, I choked on a carrot almost. Okay, I remember what I was using. Okay. It's hard for me to talk and draw at the same time. Sorry, guys. I mean, okay. If you're you just have to make sure your stuff is as accurate as possible. I mean, historical fiction is a thing, but like, I don't know. I feel like you gotta like at least like know some things, and know the mindset. Like what I like to do is like, because I didn't live through the 2000s, I like to think of just general mindset that a teenager would have, or well, I am a teenager, but like a teenager in school would have. That's universal. That's just something that could be applied to both the 2000s and today. Low key, could I just send you the designs on Discord? I just want to know if people like them. It's okay if not. No, you can totally send them to me. When it comes to making your own characters, you gotta make sure like there's like a cohesive color palette, like all the colors match, and then the design is like appealing. Like not when someone says appealing, they don't mean pretty. They mean like it's easy to animate and it's recognizable. That's what people mean. That's what animation in general means when they say your design needs to be appealing. That's what most people really mean that work in the industry. I don't work in the industry, but I did like take a few years of school with someone who did. So I thought you were in the Discord. I swear I thought you were. What the poop? Lays, what is going on, Lays? I thought you were in the server. I feel like I sound annoying sometimes. Oh my god. Okay, let me see if there's any other... My country has descended into fascism. I'm plotting my escape, but it is worrying. Are you in... Well, I don't think you're in America. I mean, well, America is too, but like, are you in a different country? If I may ask, I'm worried. That sounds very worrying. I'm really sorry. The reason I can't do, you know what? The reason I can't do like the stream, like drawing and working on this at the same time is actually because like I need to separate my window to have like the script in one corner so I remember what I'm drawing, and then the animation in the other corner. But then that leaves no room for me to look at the chat, so now I have to use my phone. So just give me a second, guys. Let me see. I am in America. They eventually will come for... Bro, we're all in America. What are you Bro, you made it seem like you were living in, like, some crazy-ass dystopian... Like, I mean, yes, we're living in a dystopian... But, like, bro... You were making it seem like the internet... That the feds were gonna come snatch you right up if you used even a second more of your computer. If you were even logged on for a singular second longer. Like, can we, like... I think some people freak out a little too much, because like yes it's not a good time to be living here right now, but like be so for real. Like it's not like that deep. You don't gotta like get off. You don't gotta hop off. Like you really don't have to hop off like the live. I don't know. It's just the way you worded it. I mean okay. Yeah, no, they made it seem like they were in a third world country. Yeah, no. I was thinking fascism. I mean, with fascism, I was thinking, oh, maybe it's a European country or something. But no, this is just America. You have plenty of time to plan your escape. I don't think you gotta do it right this second. I think you can stay around and watch my live stream just a little longer. I don't really think it's that deep. Let me just try to make more space for my work. Hi, Mimi. By the way, I actually didn't even get to answer that guy's question. He's probably not even in here in the live stream anymore, to be fair. Oh, oops. But what I have planned for this episode is mainly just the introduction of the Chaotix and Sonic or Rouge and Knuckles, and then I mean honestly that's it. It's not like it's gonna be similar to the pilot, but just introducing more characters. There's gonna be like a sizable amount of characters. Yeah, I don't want to like. I can't. I want to be able to introduce all of them and give them all a proper introduction, which means I can't really get into like all the lore and stuff. Yeah, I can't really get into like the meat and the bones of like what I have planned so far. You guys see this? It's coming out gray instead of black. I don't know why. Yeah, because okay, by the way, haven't revealed the voice actress. I mean, if you're in the server, you know, but Mimi is in here. Mimi's in the chat right now. Mimi, shout out to Mimi for voicing Rouge. Like, you're just gorgeous and magnificent, and I don't know, you're beautiful and delicious, and yeah, Mimi is my goat. Oh, maybe my onion is on. Oh, yeah, it is the onion. I'm so down. Oh my god. Is Vector still broke? Yes. What actually, so this frame right here is him saying he has coupons to the cashier. He's got a couple coupons he could use at the convenience store. Like that's the whole thing. Yeah, that's the whole like joke. But they're going to like the convenience store, I can't, I don't know if I can say it, but like it's a 7-Eleven. It's based off my old high school. There used to be a 7-Eleven like right close to it, and then like a bakery, but like a Mexican bakery like right next door. And so like most of the kids would go to the 7-Eleven, but I always went to the Mexican bakery next door because it was this very little mom and pop shop that like sold drinks for like $1, and that was very cheap given where I live. So right now, like Mighty is like saying that like, cause I think, okay, yeah. Right now in this part of the episode, they bought like a whole bunch of snacks, a whole heap load of snacks, and mainly popsicle or something. I don't know, chips and popsicles. And Mighty, the older, like the dad of the group, you know, the mom friend of the group, he's all like, bro, can this guy stop being a cornball in my live stream, bro? Talking about my escape, like, bro, I'm Mexican. How do you think I feel? Let's talk about that one real quick. Let's talk about that one real quick because what do you? I guarantee you guys, like this guy, like I can't even tell if you're being for real or like if you're joking. You've helped me get in charge enough to continue learning a second language for like, huh? Well, get this cornball out of my live stream, like, bro. Talking about your escape, like, bro. What do you? I'm sorry, bro. I'm Mexican. Like, all I have to say to that is I'm Mexican. That's all I gotta say. I don't even have to pull out the other queer minority cards that I have. Anyways, with Mighty being the mom friend of the group, he's all like, guys, I don't think this is gonna cut it, even with the coupons. I think you might be spending a little too much on snacks. Like, I think it's enough. It's enough slices. um, Guys, we have to escape America. No, literally, bro, we have to escape America. No mames. Oh wait, oops! I accidentally did the rival school uniform outfit. See, for the chaotics, I know because they're in high school they can't gamble yet. Like it's different because like there's more restrictions on gambling than there are on drinking and partying as a teen. Um, so uh, it's gonna be a lot harder for them to like gamble. um, at least with like for example like Amy and like some of the other characters going to raves and stuff. I mean, I did that while I was underage, so like it's a lot more accessible to do that stuff. but for some reason it's more accessible to drink and do drugs underage than it is to gamble. Not saying either is better than the other, but it's just kind of odd to me, I guess. Um what was it? Because I knew realistically Vector wouldn't be able to gamble. Um I don't even know if that's part of his character. I feel like it is though. I could be wrong. I just decided to have him like, just be like a very like, I don't know, like a hoarder but with coupons. With coupons. How old is Vector in this AU? And then they Loki slime out Mighty for even suggesting that they may have overspent. Um, Actually, that's similar. What happens is that they're all being overconfident and being like, "No, no, you're just overthinking it. Like, it's like, don't worry about it. Like, we have enough money. This time we have enough money. Don't worry. This time we do." And that's not true at all. So right now I have to draw SPO being all like, "Nah, don't worry about it. Like, it's not that deep." SPO is gonna be like the short friend of the group, but he's not as short as Charmy because Charmy's just younger. But he's short for his age. Both Charmy and SPO are short for their age. But like with Charmy, he's like dysphoric about it, despite like SPO being like a cis dude. The Discord server is gonna be GG/SHSA. Our wholesome porns. Por. Don't make me say that. Don't make me say that again. That nah. I don't even think that sounded right. I decided to add Mighty because I wanted it actually relates back to Amy. I wanted Amy to like have some sort of like mentor, I guess. I don't know. It's not like I want to portray her as being dumb and stuff, but given how like emotional her emotional outbursts and stuff, I feel like and then Mighty in the comics is like the Zen dude, the just very chill, meditating. Like I felt like having them together in the same universe would have been nice, but given the context of high school, it could have been something like a mentorship sort of thing where he's all like let me talk to you like one on one, and I do remember I actually talked about this. I don't remember who I talked about this to, but the whole point was that like Amy keeps picking the wrong guys, and Mighty is like the ideal man for her. Um, but she she only sees him as a friend. I mean, he sees her as a friend too, so there's nothing going on there. But it's more just like I guess the tragic irony of like her constantly going to him for like, oh, like why do I keep getting played? Like why does this keep happening to me? And like and he's the ideal man. He's just the ideal man. He's the ideal man for her, for anyone really. But she doesn't look at him that way at all. So I figured that would be nice too. I think I had the voice actor for Mighty. He's barely active nowadays, because of school, college, and whatnot. But oh god, that's a really chopped drawing of SPO. But we're gonna just go for it for now. It's just a storyboard. It's a sketch. Um, But the voice actor for Mighty, he actually, I think his first voice line that I asked him to do was to like be like to try and reassure Amy. Him and I are like close, I guess. I like the voice actor. We're close. We used to be a lot closer, like back in 2023. I don't even know how he found me. I think he like might have randomly found me. I mean, I don't know. I think he followed me off my Instagram and like it just kind of, I don't know, things just happened from there, but like we drifted apart. Yeah. We're still friends, cause duh, otherwise he wouldn't be working on the show. But Yeah, I don't even know how we became friends in the first place. I just remember we talked on Instagram and stuff. Oh, and then I gotta go back to this frame. Oh, this frame. Oops. Hold up. Mighty really is the ideal man. I've thought about this for a while. I had a crush on him when I was around like about 15 or something. Um, yeah, I don't know. I did. He was just such a like he was calm but strong. Like he wasn't like Knuckles where he's like prone to outbursts. He was just like very and he wasn't like Knuckles where he's just like emotionally stunted. But like yeah, he just felt like a mix of Sonic and Knuckles to me, so yeah, I admired that in him, and I had a crush on him when I was younger. I don't really have like a crush on any of the Sonic characters now. It's not necessarily childish because I know there's people like my age and older that still do. Um, I don't really think of them in that way. Um, okay, maybe Sonic. I don't know. There's just something about Sonic. There's something special about Sonic. Shadow, it's really cringy because like a lot of the time when like people know that like oh yeah you must be attracted to him, they try a little too hard to like make or send shadow thirst traps, and I'm just like okay, and then the thirst traps themselves are like really corny. Like I'm not gonna name drop, but one of my mutuals lately has been doing some Shadow the Hedgehog thirst traps, and I love you girl, but like this shit low key corny, like especially when like you're like especially because like she draws some suggestive looking stuff but then passes it off as like facial expression test. Okay, if you know who I'm talking about, please don't tell her, okay? I still love her. She's like my goat. Like I look up to her a lot. But yeah. But yeah. No shade, no shade. Bro, I didn't even say nothing. I didn't even say nothing. Aaron Lopez. Aaron Lopez. Bro, Mimi, shut up, shut up. Don't, okay, if anyone else knows who I'm talking about, do not show her this, okay? Like, no hate, no shade, okay? That's oomph, okay? And I love oomph, and like, yeah, no shade, no shade. Oh god, this is just like hella chopped, bruh. Oh my god, no, shut up, shut up, shut up. Shut up. Please. Bro, I'm not even trying to make fun. I'm not even trying to make fun. But like I went through that phase too where I would draw things that could be seen as suggestive, but if anyone called me out, I'd be like, "That's just you making things up. You're weird." I went through that phase too, so like seeing my mutual do Loki the same thing, it's kind of funny. I used to draw like suggestive looking faces, but then just be like, "Oh, it's just practice. Oh, I just messed up the facial expression." Um, I should probably shut up though. I don't want to sound like I'm making fun because that's oomph. That's oomph. The Babylon Rogues, yes, I'm excited to see them too. I'm actually excited to see them too. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I love that mutual. I wish we talked more. I always say that, but I think we were busy with our own lives, so never really get the chance to. Was the Charmy VA ever decided? That's a great question. So we have a thing called the Charmy curse. It seems like every VA we've casted to be Charmy just like never like just doesn't follow through. Um I won't be delving into the details, like, per se, but let me just, like, give you a short summary. The first Charmy VA was, if y'all are OGs, y'all know, um, the... Oh god, I don't know what to do for the eyes, fuck that. The first Charmy VA was, a mod in the server. If you know, you know. Like, if you're an OG, you know. But he ended up going on a power trip and just being, like, really rude to people, and and ended up shit talking me and a couple other staff behind our backs. So that one didn't work out. The second Charmy that we hired, I hated that one Charmy. Yeah, that's the first one. We all did. I think we all did. Even if some people don't want to say it, we all did. Um, like, I don't know. I'm kind of over it now, but, like, every time I remember that they're, like, close to my age, I'm just like, there's no way. There's no way. But yeah, that was the first Charmy VA. The second Charmy VA didn't really, like, never really got their lines done on time, so I had to look for a new one. And the third Charmy VA was actually one of my friends. I called off the tryouts because it was one of my friends that I was like, you know, your voice sounds really similar to Charmy. Like, would you, like, what I think Charmy would sound like if, like, he were older? Like, would you be down? But unfortunately, like, they took a break from the server, and, I haven't talked to them since. Well, I mean, I have, but not really. It's more, I think they left, they left the server, and I don't think they're coming back. We're still on good terms. I just think that they needed a break from the server. Yeah. It's the fact that they're voicing Charmy. Maybe it's the fact that they're voicing Charmy. Yeah. Honestly, maybe. But, like, bro, I'm sorry. Like, I think at this point I would need to hire a theater kid. Because, like, I know theater kids can get petty, but, like, at least you'd have the experience of, like, working in theater for some time and, like, understanding, like, if you don't get the role, you don't get the role. If you get a role you don't want and that isn't popular, then it is what it is. It seems like some people didn't get the memo. That one Charmy VA and went on a fucking power trip. But everyone else just seems to, like, they all the other two Charmy VAs, I think they just life got in the way, and they needed to minimize stress. Yeah. Just get Stella in there, bro. Stella, do you think Stella can do like a squeaker voice? By the way, this is Charmy putting, like, whole bunch of chips and food and stuff like that. My drawings get lazier when I'm talking to people because I can't focus on, like, drawing and talking at the same time. Plus, I'm glad this is a storyboard because if it was, like, working on, like, the actual legitimate, then I would have been like, fuck. I would have been a lot more quiet. It would have been a lot harder to talk to me. That's why I'm a little nervous about doing these live streams in the future because I just can't. I don't know how people draw and talk at the same time. I tend to blank out or stutter a lot. Do you pay the VAs or is it more of just a free fun little side thing? I'm too broke to. If I could, I would. Trust me. I hope all the people that work with me know that. I say hire, but I feel bad even saying that because technically none of them are being hired because y'all aren't getting paid. But yeah, I make that very clear up front. That nobody who gets, like, hired or casted. That's that. I forgot the word for casted. Okay, I tend to use the word casted because, again, I'm not paying any of these people. anyone who gets casted, I let them know immediately that it's not a paid role. You're not getting paid for this. And because you're not getting paid, I'm not going to be like super strict on deadlines. Like I think the last deadline I gave was like a month long deadline. Like you have a month to submit your voice lines, or if you can't submit them within a month, you have at least a month to tell me why you can't. Right? I'm not gonna like be like, oh, you have to submit it, otherwise you're immediately kicked off. Like even then, I give a warning. Um, yeah, even then I give a warning, and I'm just like, yeah. Bro, hi guy with a gun with a gum truck dump truck. Hi. Hi guy with a dump truck YouTube bro. Bro, that's a sick ass username. What's your favorite vocaloid? Um oh yeah, but sorry, before I answer that question, I didn't finish the voice acting thing. Um oh wait no, I did. Sorry. Favorite Vocaloid? I would have to say for a while it was actually Rin. Um, but I have to go with Miku. I mean, I'm not a huge Vocaloid person anymore. I never really was, to be fair. I enjoyed it. Well, I enjoyed it, and then in 2020 I went through like a huge phase where I listened to only Vocaloid. So I guess I was a huge Vocaloid fan, but like I never really like knew all the little tidbits and little facts. I never really memorized all the different Vocaloids that weren't just the main cast. Yeah. Can you draw Team Sonic after? Okay, I don't know if you're here. I don't know if you're new. I get the feeling you're new here. Hi Coca, my queen, Coca. I love you. Hi, how are you doing? It's been forever, Coca. Coca, my beloved. Coca, I miss you. Even though like I never saw you IRL. Like I hope one day you can visit Cali. Okay, I hope one day you can. But if you're here, Coca, how are you? I hope you're doing great. I'm working on Sonic High School Asylum. I don't know if you ever watched it, because I get the feeling you're not really a Sonic person. But if you have, I definitely want to know what you thought about it. If you have any opinions, I don't know. You're oomph. You're like oomph since quarantine. I remember when you drew that fan art of my dog. Like, yes. Okay. But yeah, guy with the dump truck YT, can you draw Team Sonic after? This is not a drawing request stream. This is me working on Sonic High School Asylum. I'm actually working on the storyboard for it. I have a script on one window and the animation in another window. Oh shit. I'm supposed to draw the cashier talking to them, but I don't know. I did not come up with a design for the cashier, so. um. Hi, Marie. Marie loves Eridan? Eridan? I don't know. You have to. Okay. I'm not gonna name drop Coca, but your other old friends who I went to school with. Um, I haven't talked to them recently, but if you ever visit, we are getting the whole gang together, okay? Trust on my soul, okay? I know you knew them longer than you did with me, but trust, we are all getting together. I personally love Luca. Don't listen to many of the songs, but her pink hair is gorgeous. I agree. I have pink wigs, so if I were to cosplay, I would want to cosplay Luca. I don't, when it comes to cosplaying, I don't really cosplay too much, because, like, I am insecure that I'm, like, a bigger person. I've learned recently that the term is mid-size. I feel a lot bigger though because just because of how I grew up, but then also like um I like to dress scene, and a lot of the clothing is very small, and like from the 2000s, so sizing is different. I'm more of like a 2XL when it comes to 2000 sizing. Um, and I think like a lot of that has to do with my chest, to be fair. Um, but still, I am a little bit insecure because like I've seen people get crucified for being fat and cosplaying. Um, I call it, I found out the term was mid-sized for me specifically, and that makes a lot more sense because like I know I do call myself fat, but there's definitely people fatter than me, and that feels weird. I guess that feels weird to me and to some other people I've spoken to before. So I guess like the term is mid-size. But still, I think even for mid-sized folk, like they've been crucified for not being like thin and cosplaying the character of choice. I'm trying to draw him holding a chip bag there. It's gonna be his paw and then the little scanner thingy. It looks like a gun, but it's like more rounded. He's gonna hold that. And he's gonna be old, so he's gonna have like a tuft of hair. Okay, this is more like tails, but let me add like a fourth tuft. And then there, little scruffy. Lanolin or Barry? What about Lanolin or Barry? Do you watch TADC? I'm not a huge TADC fan, The Amazing Digital Circus. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's just not my thing. Like I've watched, I haven't even watched the first episode. I've been wanting to watch it, but I'm not like a fan. I don't like the fandom. I think the fandom is just very childish. Like literally it's just children. But not even that, like it's just full of a bunch of people I wouldn't want to be friends with. Like all the little like the little like scene core theory and like and then they're all in middle school. I guess the ones that are adults are like just immature in my opinion. So not really people I would want to associate with. If you don't make your personality all about TADC, then I'm sure you're tolerable. But those that do, I would rather not. I know this because okay, story time actually. I went to a panel for the Amazing Digital Circus. It was at a convention, a very small convention. I think it was a year or so back. Yeah, it was probably about a year ago now. Um, what happened was it was a TADC panel, and it was a bunch of kids. It was just a bunch of kids at the panel. I'm not even kidding. Bunch of kids, a few sweaty, greasy, autistic men with like that were fat and had like the shirts, the merch, and a bunch of like new goth millennial goth women with like dyed hair and stuff, like kind of just caricatures. And like I know I'm in no place to talk, like I'm a scene kid and I'm queer and non-binary and da 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 da. But yeah, I just noted that was the audience that I saw at the panel. And something that I found a little concerning was it wasn't as bad as the Has-Been Hotel panels. They were actually a lot better than that. But I still found it concerning that they were letting children walk up to the panel and ask and answer questions. I have videos of this. Actually, I don't know if I still have the videos anymore. I had planned to post them at one point, but I deleted them because I was just like, nah, it's probably not as funny as people think it is. It's probably not going to be as funny if I post it. It's because there was a specific kid that walked up and I think he either sweared or he asked if there was going to be swear words in episode 5. This was before episode 5 came out. And like all these fat, sweaty, like autistic, greasy, like nerds with like no children, were like chortling at this. Chortling, yeah, I'm using that word. And it was just like kind of corny, so I was just like, okay. I mean, to be fair, I'm not innocent either. I sat down at the panel, but honestly, it was just out of curiosity because but I was confused most of the time because I never actually watched TADC in full. Oh, really? They're all like a shipping farm? I mean, I'm not surprised. Every time I log on to TikTok, it's all just like, oh, Pomni and Jax, Pomni and Jax. Were they really pretentious? OMG. No. I think if you guys are listening to my story, you can tell that I'm the pretentious one here. Not a flex, but I'm just saying. Like, they're just annoying. They just like... And like... I'm sorry if like this is ableist, but I don't want to be around like sweaty, greasy, autistic men. Oh my god, I didn't even see your questions, Coca. I was ranting a lot. Um, yeah, Asian sizes are very tiny, but like to be fair, they're it's for like, oh god, that does sound really racist. I mean, yeah, it is for their people, but I guess at this point in this day and age, with a lot of Asian cosplay companies knowing that people from outside of their countries are buying their merch, they could at least afford. They could at least, or not afford. They could at least like do the bare minimum in size and make their clothing sizes bigger. Um, I hate that I can't voice that opinion without sounding like a fat American, but yeah. By the way, I do still have a Discord server. I wish I had an automated message that would send the Discord every now and then, but that's supposed to be the server. It's not a server dedicated to me anymore. It's mainly dedicated to Sonic High School Asylum. Yeah. I don't know the dynamic between Jax and Pomni, to be fair. I don't. I don't know if it's healthy or not. I haven't watched it for myself. I've been meaning to sit down and watch it, but like, if I wasn't streaming today, I probably would have while I was working on this, but yeah. Yeah. God, I have music stuck in my head, but I don't think it's music that exists. It's just music. I don't know if I'm like schizophrenic or not. But I mean, I probably am. Like y'all just hear me talk. Like I just say shit. Like don't cancel me, but I just say shit. like um not too much on me though, but yeah, I probably am schizophrenic low key. Okay, I probably shouldn't just say that because I don't want hashtag them to come after me and be all like, you can't say that if you're not diagnosed. Didn't Zubul say she wants the ability to have what? What? What are we talking about? Felix schizo rants are my low key I love the schizo rant, but I can't do it online, bro. Like low key I get paranoid that like somebody's always like watching, waiting to clip the wrong moment and like hashtag expose me or whatever. I don't. Okay, y'all are talking about TADC. I don't know anything about this. Y'all, this is like spoilers. I don't mind it though, cause like I'm not a fan or anything. But like I don't get it. I don't get it. Why is Jax a bad person? I'll actually say this though. Um I will actually say this. Um when when TADC was first coming out, like the pilot first came out, I hated it. I hated it. Um I hated Jax. I hated Jax. I don't even think I finished the pilot. I think it was just when there was an announcement that a pilot was releasing. I heard about it somehow, and I hated Jax's design. It felt so much like it was giving like Tumblr Sexy Man, but like a tryhard. And then when the pilot actually did come out, I tried watching a little bit, but I couldn't. I couldn't finish it. I couldn't finish it um, because the minute Jax opened his mouth and he was voiced by Michael Kovac, I was like, okay, wow, you can't even hide it. This is like just such a like, this is just slop. This is just Tumblr Sexy Man slop. Like you couldn't even hide it. And then anything that's slop gets eaten up by like middle schoolers who weren't alive or didn't live through like all the famous Tumblr Sexy Men or whatever it is. Like for example, Hasbin Hotel is slop that's eaten up by like edgy middle schoolers that never lived through the Twilight stuff, never lived through something similar. Well, I wouldn't say Twilight is similar. Actually, Twilight is similar in the fact that they're both slop, but they're not like the same thing. They're not the same thing. Yeah. People glaze Jax too much. People do? Okay, I figured people would glaze Jax a lot, but I didn't actually expect that for real, because, like, I thought more people would latch onto the fact that, like, he's clear Tumblr Sexy Man slop. But like I said before, when your audience is a bunch of middle schoolers who weren't around for the blueprints, then, yeah, history is just gonna repeat itself. Yeah, same. I never really got around to like finishing the pilot. Or actually, I don't know. Yeah, I might have finished the pilot, but I never really delved deeper into that. Oh yeah, what do you guys think about the homes? That's a great question, Lays. Lays asks, what do you guys think about the announcements of like plans for a Homestuck show? I heard that it's written and is it written by Vivzy Pop or is she just working on it? She's just an executive producer, right? I mean, I hope you guys know. Like, I know Vivzy is notorious for her atrocious writing, but I hope you guys know that this means that she is an executive producer, which means that she greenlights certain plans, certain scripts. So she still has control over what gets put into the final cut. Like, it would have been different if she was like a writer, because as a writer your ideas are going to get a lot more rejected if you're not like that high up on the pedestal. um but she's an executive producer, so she has the ability to veto a writer that could be very good and like could give the fans what they really want. But if she doesn't like it, then she has the ability to veto the whatever a writer's ideas are. Yeah, no, she's not a writer in the series. So like the writers are typically like on the lower end of the ladder when it comes to like the power scale or whatever. You know what I mean. Executive producer is like right up there. Like it's just under the director, but still, she's high up there. She has a lot more authority. It's honestly worse that she's an executive producer than if she were to be a writer. Because, like I said, if she was a writer, then her ideas could get vetoed a lot more easily because she's a shit writer. A producer is different from an executive producer. They're similar, but they're different. Um, Oh my god, ew, sorry you guys had to hear that. A producer is like, they are making the things. Um, an executive producer is the one that's like green lighting, and if you don't know what that term is, it's just like accepting, like, yes or no, accepting ideas. Um, the executive producer talks to the producer to make the stuff, and then the director oversees everything. Typically, you don't need. Sometimes, like for smaller projects, the director and the producer are the same person, but for larger scale products, like you have a producer and then a director, or like you have a producer, a co-director, and a director. It just depends on how expensive the project is. I want to see all characters drawn like Alistair. Okay, speaking of Alistair, I actually like Alistair. Um, I like Alistair as a character, or not as, I don't know, as a character anymore, but like I like his design a lot. I guess I just yeah, I like Alistair. I hate Angel Dust. Charlie is retarded, and Vaggie makes me hate women even more. Like, I don't know. Loki, like, the female characters from Hazbin Hotel, like, suck ass because, like, they're not relatable in the slightest. Whereas, like, because they're not fleshed out. That's the problem. And then the reason I hate Vaggie is because she's only fleshed out, but in the sense that she's a bitch. Like, her only personality trait. It's really sad. Okay, I hate when people say Angel Dust is bad representation. What exactly is like what? There's no way he's supposed to be representation at all. I mean, let's be real. Nowadays, a lot of companies, they like to say, or a lot of influencers like to say that something is representation to get away with the fact that they're just exposing a blatant caricature for their own entertainment. Let's be real. Hazbin Hotel is not a show with the intention to spread awareness about anything or representation about anything. It's not an educational show. It's a show for entertainment purposes only. So this claim that Angel Dust is bad representation. I mean, let's be real. Who's gonna sit down and be like, oh my god, like this guy is such good rape representation, like rape victim represent. Like nobody's gonna say that. Nobody's gonna say that. Like, let's kind of drop that term and just accept that like Vivzy is just a weirdo. Vivzy's just a weirdo who wants to act like she's like woke, but she's not. Yeah, those are the worst kind of people, to be honest. It's not even, yeah, no, it's not even representation. I mean, it's just her attempt of being edgy. It's her attempt of writing a sad, edgy backstory, and it just doesn't come off well because she wants to be seen as this deep intellectual person. And this isn't just for Hazbin Hotel. When if y'all like had followed her for a while, if you guys know about her old account, she had an interview with her, like a professional sort of interview when she was like a teenager, and because she went to an art school, and you can tell by the way that she talked, even when she was younger, she's always wanted to be seen as some sort of deep intellectual that like, is very progressive with her art and has things to say and like every artist wants to be viewed that way. If you have a deep passion for your art, I want to be viewed that way too, to be fair. But like it doesn't work with her because you can't do that and like I don't know, you I guess the way she goes about it, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work because the tone of her show doesn't have deep intellectual, let's think about things sort of thing, sort of feeling. I mean, I know I can't talk because I've decided to add some angsty stuff to this show as well. I feel like I have no room to talk, but like I guess like my biggest issue I've noticed with Vivzy Pop and her writing is she has major tonal whiplash issues. Oh yeah, I enabled subtitles on a live stream. I don't remember when I did that, but I did that a while back. Actually, guys, I'm gonna be back. I'll give myself 3 to 5 minutes. So, at around 05, I'll be back. There, I'm putting an X there because everyone has different time zones, but I'll be back at that time. I just need to get my pizza. Bro, there's no way y'all can actually hear my microwave, bro. I'm in the I live stream in the garage. I mean, to be fair, the door is open right now. But what the hell? Y'all are creepy. Y'all are creeping me out. But yeah, I brought my phone with me so I could read the chat. But yeah, I had to heat up my pizza because I left it out for too long. I slightly overcooked it earlier while I was ranting about how to like get your audio crunchy. All right, I'm back. Y'all don't need this. I'm trying Dollar Tree pizza. I'm running out of food, guys. So what I did when I first moved into my new place, I bought so much things. I actually was like almost broke from how many groceries I bought. But I have 2 jobs, so I knew it was gonna pay off. And it did. It did, because now my money's up. and I still haven't run out of groceries. I bought a lot of like fresh food, and then yeah, fresh food, and then some stuff that wouldn't go bad, like noodles and pasta and stuff like that. And I'm almost at the end of my food supply. Not quite. I'm doing pretty good. It's been like a month now, and I'm still not out of food yet. What type of pizza is it? Oh. How do you overcook something in a microwave? No. I baked it in the oven earlier. I baked the pizza in the oven earlier, but I overcooked it while I was explaining something to the chat. Because I forgot to set a timer for the oven. Oh my god, Coca, you missed so much. Okay, Let me try to explain, like, briefly, because you missed a lot, these past few months. So I didn't really move out. I got kicked out. I got kicked out, and thankfully I wasn't homeless. I had a GoFundMe up for a while. I used some of the money for that, and I actually had a family member reach out to me and offer to pay my rent. But my mom kicked me out. Yeah, I did get kicked out. That was in July. I'm doing great now though. I'm living by myself. I have a roommate. And yeah. But yeah, when I first did grocery shopping, I spent so much to the point where I was afraid I was going to go broke, but I knew it was going to be worth it cuz I spent money on utilities that I would need like for cooking plus groceries. And then I shopped at a cheap place and the Dollar Tree for a lot of stuff, so just to save money. But yeah, I had a feeling I was gonna go broke. I almost did, but I didn't. I clutched up, I made my money up, and yeah. Why does this look like not my art style? Not entirely my art style. By the way, if you're not able to talk in the Discord, you should be able to. You just need to get your roles and stuff, and you should be able to talk in there. I'm sorry if you guys heard those atrocious gulps. Oh my god. I just needed to take my medicine. This is gonna be chip bags. He needs to get all these chip bags and stuff. And he's gonna be like hugging them, and this doesn't look like how I usually draw Knuckles, but I'm kind of feeling a little lazy right now. My parents divorced, and yesterday my mom and I moved out into an apartment. Today we also went to the grocery store and just bought so much. Yeah. No, you do have to do that. Whenever you move to a new place, you just have to move. You have to buy so many new things. I spent like close to $300 when I first moved in on groceries and other things that I needed. There were some things I took from my mom's house, so it did help. But yeah. Yeah, the hell of a boss thing. I'm just reading an older comment by Quail Milk. Um, the hell of a boss thing. Uh, okay, this guy might need to restart his live or restart his Wi-Fi or his device or whatever. He's like low key like crashing the fuck out my chat. What was I saying? Yeah, no, why do I keep, like, my brain is so foggy right now. The Hello Boss lore, I dipped. When they started trying to make it serious, I dipped. Because, like, I actually enjoyed watching it, believe it or not. I actually enjoyed watching it when it first came out. I really liked, I really liked, I don't know, I really liked the Demons and Luna at the time. But I remember I thought it was weird, the owl dude having a thing with Blitzo. I thought that was weird regardless of the manipulation. Because I'm just not a fan of, like, overly crude, overly sexual humor in general. Like, think Amy Schumer, like, chick flick humor that, like, with a bunch of sex jokes in it. I mean, I'm just not a fan of that in general. The only exception I can make to that is Class of 09. I don't know. For some reason, it just works. I think it's just because it's, like, in a high school setting, so it's just gonna, like, you expect crudeness. But yeah, I didn't like that whole thing. And then when I dipped because, like, over time it started being more and more manipulative. And the thing is, the issue I had with that at that point was that Vivzie Pup wasn't even trying to frame it as a bad thing. She was actually originally framing it comedically, like, oh, haha, it's so funny that Blitzo has to sneak away every second because the owl dude is so horny all the time. Like, it was if y'all watched the earlier episodes, it was originally framed as, like, a comedic thing. And then when she started making it serious and be like, oh, well, actually Blitzo hates that, and it makes him uncomfortable. And there's tension in the relationship now because the owl dude just never knows when to stop. Like, it just, like, again, tonal whiplash. And it didn't help that, like, the entire thing was framed around the fact that, like, oh, if you sleep with me, I'll fund your business more. Like, that's already really creepy. The animation is really good. I actually would argue and say that the animation for Hell of a Boss is better than it is for Hasbin. Oh, so much better. There is one specific scene where they do a 3D. They try to simulate a 3D pan around of the two of Blitzo and Moxie, I think is the name. Sorry, I'm burping. But yeah, there's a simulated like 3D camera pan, and it looks really good. It's really well made. Okay, guys, here's where Rouge comes in. She's like grabbing a drink right now. I went to a con in June and there were a ton of voice actors and cosplayers. I was a little scared. Oh my god. Bro, literally, I hate Hasbin. Like, okay, I'm sorry. I know I was going on about how I hate being judged earlier when it comes to cosplay. But, like, Hasbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss cosplayers are so corny. I've seen them up close in person before. They're all, like, a bunch of older Gen Z. Like, elder Gen Zs that are, like, basically millennials that are like, oh my god, so quirky, less small bean. Like, get out of my face. Get out of my face. Like, a lot of these Hell of a Boss cosplayers and Hasbin Hotel cosplayers, they're like mentally stuck in 2014. I mean, that's because the show itself is, but like they're mentally stuck there and not in like a cool way. Like kind of like in a woke Tumblr way. It's just annoying. It's just annoying. I mean, Rouge is a baddie with a fatty. Like, let's be for real. Like, she's a baddie with a fatty. There's supposed to be Knuckles being all like, yo. Actually, yeah, no. I added the eye as a joke, but I actually think I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it in there. Yeah, no. Her current design is so flat. Like, she looks preppy. Like, what happened to like what happened to like her trailer oh my god, I literally have a list. Oh my god. But like, deadass, what happened to her trailer trash like swag and just like her sensual appeal, her allure, if you will? Like, what happened to all that? Like, literally, what happened to that? Bro, let Rouge be a short stack. Let her make her stacked again. Make her stacked again. Okay, you bring up a great point. Now, both sides, politically, both sides, and this is a crazy way to start off this point. Crazy way. Now, although both sides are very tense right now, given the current political climate, at least in America, if you are, like, if you have a brain, if you are, like, an intellectual, I hate saying that, though, because I don't want to self-proclaim as one, you definitely can notice that both the left and the right are becoming more Puritan. And if you do, and once you realize this, you definitely start to believe in the horseshoe theory. This is where like the horseshoe theory comes in clutch, because if you're aware of your surroundings, you start to notice, both the left and the right are becoming too Puritan, because you bring up a great point saying that like, oh, like, make it kid friendly. It's been kid friendly for years. Now, see, this is the thing. Sonic has always been kid friendly, and in a lot of franchises in general in the 90s and the 2000s, they were kid friendly, but they had slipped in just enough sexual jokes, just enough adult humor, adult appeal for it to be passable. And the reason for that, no, see, this is the thing. A lot of the younger kids, a lot of younger generations, a lot of the younger folk, the youth, if you will, they seem to think that, oh, well, these companies must have done that because they were trying to groom children. And something that's really sad to see, and this is what I mean when I say both the left and the right are becoming more Puritan. The right is becoming more Puritan in oh, we need to protect the kids, like, against the gays. Whereas the left is becoming more Puritan, the young, the youth, they're becoming more Puritan in like, oh, everything equals grooming. Everything has to do with grooming. And, that's just really sad to see, because it's very clear that these kids don't remember a time where video games, movies, TV shows, board games were for the whole family. See, nowadays you do everything by yourself, because we're very divided due to the internet. Even within the home, you're divided because of the internet. There isn't really a thing where you gather around, unless it's to play video games. You don't really have family events where you gather around, watch the TV. Maybe some people still do, but it's not a cultural staple anymore as it was in the 90s and the 2000s. So the thing is like, a lot of these kids, they think that like, oh, well, this shouldn't have been in a kids franchise. It was too sexual. And there's some cases where that does apply, where like, okay, yeah, maybe that wasn't needed, wasn't necessary. But a lot of the time it's like, hey, you definitely weren't around for that era where sitting around on the family couch was family time. You definitely weren't around for that era, because like, if you were, you would have known that the reason companies did that, putting like adult jokes in kids shows or kids video games, that was to retain the attention of the adults watching. That was to get the adults in the room who were aware of the jokes to laugh. Because again, family experience, family bonding, right? Literally, in Rouge's case, all they did was give her some sort of like a sexual appeal, sensual appeal, if you will, and like, you could argue like, oh, well, like, it's exposing children to sexual stuff way too soon, but like, is showing off a curvy body sexual now? Like, really? Like, come on now. There were a lot worse things in the 2000s that kids were being exposed to, if we're gonna be like really utterly for real. And even nowadays, there's so much worse things that kids are being exposed to. But because of so many people, so many younger youth just being very Puritan about what what should and shouldn't be shown in stuff deemed for kids. Now a lot of companies are catering to that because, I mean, the opinion of the internet is a lot more important nowadays because that's how you get advertisement. That's how you get clicks and engagement. It's not necessarily, you don't necessarily like write a bad game review. It's not like you write game reviews or you walk in, like, no, a lot of like advertising and marketing is done online now. So the opinion of the internet matters most. And when you see a lot of people on the internet being like, hey, like, Rouge is too curvy, this is inappropriate, too sexual for children, then as a company you're going to want to cave to those people. Even if they're a loud minority, you don't want to piss off the opinion of the internet from a marketing perspective. They even tried to censor this in the 2000s, on 4Kids, her cleavage. And like, again, there's having the moderate, sensible, appropriate opinion of, yeah, children shouldn't be exposed to sex. Children shouldn't be exposed to pornography or anything sexual. That's a take that I think 99.99% of the world can agree with. Everyone else is just a pedophile. And then there's too woke, which is, oh well, let's censor anything that might be sexual. That's how you get like sexual repression, and that's how you get like a lot of weird fucked up behavior. Yeah. And honestly, hot take, but so what if a child sees a curvier woman and develops like some sort of feelings for that? So what? We're humans. Our life's purpose is to procreate from a biological standpoint. So what? So what? As long as there's no body parts being like fully shown, as long as there's no sex scenes and stuff intended for children, so what if there's a curvier character or a sensual character and a child sees it and develops feelings? So what? Like, as long as there's nothing creepy directed at the child or anything that the child absolutely shouldn't be exposed to at that age. I mean, think about it. Think about the fact that, like, so many kids, like, recall their childhood be like, oh, well, I had a crush on so-and-so when I was a kid. She was a baddie. Like, she was a bad cartoon character. Like, she was so hot. Like, so what? Like, again, at the end of the day, so what? Well, covering Rouge up and changing her body after the fact is implying that a certain body type makes you a sex object. Well, I hate to break it to you, but like, that's kind of how society is. And I think even biologically. To just view curvier women as like very like as that, I don't agree with it, because yes, we are human, and yeah, like, we want to procreate biologically, but we're also civilized people. We don't need to be watering down people to just solely sexual objects. you know? Yeah, that too. We need to stop acting like Rouge is the only character that people crush on. Well, because Rouge is the conventionally attractive character. She's the one that was created with the purpose to be lusted over. So, it only makes sense for the company to back out and chicken out, be like, oh, wait, huh? Well, we never meant to sexualize a girl. We never meant to do that. What are you talking about? We never meant to objectify a woman. I mean, look. They showed a little love to a curvier woman, and now they want to act like that never happened because they don't want to be seen as a sexist, misogynist company that objectified one of their female characters. But they never did. They never did. They never did because she actually always had a personality to begin with. So yeah, but I guess they were just afraid of the woke, as all companies tend to be, because like I said earlier, a lot of a lot of a lot of like when it comes to a marketing standpoint, the opinion of the internet matters the most. I mean, what do you think the vocal minority gets listened to a lot of the time? All of the characters got paler. Yeah. Parents, activist groups complain. Yeah. See, this has happened since like forever. Actually, my boyfriend informed me of this. Apparently, like, Hillary Clinton was now. I didn't know this because I wasn't born. I wasn't living through this era. But, my boyfriend was. So, he informed me about, like, oh, do you remember when you were in school and they would always tell you about, like, they would. Okay, do y'all remember? Because this is. I'm not gonna. Do y'all remember when you were in school? They would have you try to write an argumentative essay and have you pick a side on do video games cause violence in children. Do you remember that being a hot topic, a hot debate? Because my boyfriend was actually telling me, like, if you had to do that while you were in school, that was propaganda that Hillary Clinton put together. I don't really know, like, I never really fact checked my sources there, um, but, like, apparently, I remember he explained it a lot better. I haven't been able to talk to him lately because he's been very busy, but, yeah, they do this now with phones, right? But, like, he said that debate was originally very political, and it was started up by Hillary Clinton. She started that whole thing that, like, video games cause violence in children. Um, and ever since then, there were, like, parent activist groups in regards of video games. Now, I'm not saying that, like, you should just let your child do whatever the fuck and let companies supervise your child. It's obviously good to be worried about whatever they're putting out for kids, but I think some people just take it way too far. I think some people forget that we're humans at the end of the day with urges and feelings that can stem and awaken at any age, because we're animals at the end of the day. We're humans at the end of the day. um I think people forget that. And it's just like, bro, like you're trying to act like I don't know, man. I don't know. Now, regarding the Sonic characters getting paler, I believe they were actually always meant to be pale. Given that, like, they're Japanese characters and all that. I think they were always meant to be pale, but the problem is that the lighting for the GameCube ports was really fucked up. So I don't know why I'm drawing Rouge skinny. It's bothering me. The lighting for the GameCube ports got, like, really fucked up, and yeah, what was it? The characters, they got darker in comparison. Wait, I don't know why she's grabbing the drink with her left arm. I'm so dumb. Oh, poop. People keep taking the idea of children experiencing attraction and claiming it's solely group. Yeah, exactly. That's something I notice a lot with the younger generations, and like, I think it's really sad because I notice it's because a lot of them are very scared to be a grooming victim. They're scared that they don't want to be that person. They don't want to be a victim. Many of them are already victims, and then they're afraid to like um practice even a little bit of like attraction or whatever. And it's okay. It's okay. Like, I mean, I don't want to hear about it because you're like a child. I don't want to hear about what y'all do in your free time. That's none of my business. But like, as long as like you're not, as long as like you're like being safe, and as long as like you're not like you're not having an adult take advantage of you, you know. Um, but yeah, like, it's okay for children to experience attraction. It's okay. Like, it just depends on what kind, obviously, and it depends on what age and what y'all are doing. Like obviously there's limits. There's limits. I'm not gonna like endorse like a 9-year-old or like a 10-year or 11 or whatever. I'm not gonna endorse someone like who is in middle school to be like getting all freaky with whoever they like. Um, but it's okay. Like, if you're older than that, it's okay. Just be safe. Like, I think people are getting too worried, and it's understandable why, because the internet has made it a lot more accessible to expose creeps and pedophiles. But like, I don't think that should scare you off from wanting to like, to telling yourself that it's okay to experience attraction. Hopefully I'm wording myself right, because it's a very touchy subject, and I definitely don't want my words to be misconstrued. I just want to level up. Am I muted? Am I mudded? I don't know how. I think level. I think that's how you. I think the crowns are like for how long someone has been in here or how long someone has talked. I don't know. Bro, I put way more effort into drawing Rouge than I did the other characters. I kind of wish that they added bangs to Rouge's canon design. I know, she's really bald looking. The more you talk, the more points you get, I believe. Wait, what does that mean? What are these point things, bro? What point things? Oh, oh wait. Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Yeah, I think the more you talk, the more points you get. But don't spam. Don't spam. That's not a reason to spam. Okay, this is gonna be the drink, and then little hand. It's her, and then like she's supposed to be gasping right now, so she looks really cute actually, but her hair doesn't look great. It's not supposed to be that relaxed. She still has a little bit of a like a bump. She just has like a slight curl here, and then she still has her tufts. It doesn't even look like her. Look, that does not look like her. But I wanted her to have like longer hair. Yeah, like that. Spam musubi? I like spam musubi. What are your guys' thoughts? Have you guys ever had spam musubi? It's really easy to make. I personally like to make mine. Okay, on special occasions, we would get smoked eel from my old, like when I lived with my family, and we would add that to the musubi. But most of the time it was just spam, egg, kewpie, and rice. Sometimes it would be the teriyaki glaze if we missed the eel and we didn't have the eel, because the smoked eel has like some sort of teriyaki glaze depending on which one you buy. Oh my god, yeah, I love adding fangs. They're animals. They're animals at the end of the day. I actually like adding animalistic traits as well. Whenever I can, whenever I think it's like it works. I don't even remember Forest King, to be fair. I don't know who you're talking about. Should I change my name back to Forest King? I don't even remember you when you were Forest King. I'm sorry, I don't know if that's rude, but I don't. My bad. Ooh, cream with whiskers. That actually sounds pretty interesting. You guys have pets? I just realized I was quiet for a while. I just didn't know what to say. I think I should go to sleep. My classes are starting tomorrow. Okay. Good night. Will Team Hooligan be... Who is Team Hooligan? I thought you were just joking around. What is Team Hooligan? Good night, Coca. Bye. I hope I can see you again soon. What is Team Hooligan? What is that? I didn't know they had a name. Team Hooligan? This Fang, Bark, and Bean. Huh, okay. I didn't know there was a name for that. I was like, what is Team Hooligan? I thought you were just joking around or something, because I think you said it as a joke earlier, so. But no, I don't think I'll be adding them, like, not as, like, actual characters anyways. Like, I'll add them, but they'll be more, like, cameos. And I plan to add them for, like, as rival school, like, background characters, because I feel like they would definitely be in an alternative school. I have to text someone real quick. My bad. Yes. Right now, am I almost done with the episode? Oh my god, guys, I'm almost done with the storyboard. Okay. And now it's just gonna be a bunch of back and forth between Knuckles and Rouge. And then after I'm done with the storyboard, I'm actually gonna start working on the actual pilot, or not the pilot, the actual episode. I'm trying to think of what to talk about. Do you guys have any? I like that. I like that idea, Lace. Okay. Have you imported all the lines in? Actually, I have not. Not all of them, at least. I've imported, like, just the ones that from July. But I haven't done anything recently. By the way, I am gonna be ending live stream soon in about 10 minutes. So, if you guys have any questions about Sonic High School Asylum or any plans, like, now is the time to ask. About 10 minutes before. Yeah, you guys have about 10 minutes before I decide to end live stream. I sound a lot more quiet now. That's because I'm getting tired. But I always try to, like, if I want to stream, I'm always going to try to, like, at least stream for 2 hours, so. That way I don't burn myself out. There was a song that reminded me of SHSA, but I can't remember what it was now. Speaking of, I actually really want to like do more animation memes, but I feel like I'm so far behind in working on SHSA, or at least to where I want it to be, to where I feel like I can't do that right now. At least in my head, I feel like I can't because I need to finish this work. But yeah, 10 more minutes and then I'm going to be closing the stream for tonight. Oh, I completely forgot to go over straw pages. I think I'm going to go over that. I think I'm going to go over that like maybe right now. Maybe right now. Alright, why don't we switch straw page? Straw page. I forgot what my password was. Hold on. Are you planning on adding newer characters from the IDW? No. I'm gonna keep like from around this era just because it's easier for me. I feel like they need more love, and I feel like the IDW characters get enough love right now. Like it would be cool to see them in like the SHSA but I don't know. I don't think that's right. I don't know. It's just too much work. It's just too much work. Dang, I didn't get any straw pages. Hold on. I had to log into my straw page, see if I got anything. But I didn't. It's probably just because I don't really I haven't been active in a while. But I will go over some of the past ones that I didn't ever really get around to. Let's see. Would Shadow listen to hexed songs like High C, listen to Left 4 Dead, if you don't know what that is? I don't know who wrote that one, but no. No, he's not like hashtag tough, like opium Y2K boy. No. In fact, I don't think there's a single guy from SHSA that would probably listen to that type of music. No questions, but I wanted to thank you for approaching me about working on the show like a couple months back. Obviously, it didn't happen, but I'm glad you even considered me. I panicked whenever you did, LMAO. Oh my god. No worries, no worries. I just remember you just ever since I've known you, you've just been a really mature person. So I felt like you would just get my ideas, you know. What? Those don't even look like boobs. These don't even look like boobs, bro. Poop. I'm getting tired. Oh, it's because I still have to draw this part. Okay, that makes sense. Wait, would Shadow listen to Nine Inch Nails? Yes. I've never listened to Nine Inch Nails myself, but I hear that they're industrial rock, I believe. I could see that happening. Is that Rouge the Bat in the left? Yes, it's supposed to be her for my AU. Sonic High School Asylum AU. Okay, let me play what I have so far. Let's see. Okay, this is everything I got done today. Just this Vector saying he has coupons, and then Mighty being like, hey, like, I think we're gonna overspend our money. SPO being like, nah, we're good. Oh, I didn't finish that frame. Oh, there's Charmy coming in the frame to put his chips in. The scanner, the cashier dude. Asking about their summer or how they're doing in school or something. I don't know. Then he says the total. And they overspent, so Knuckles is like putting some stuff back, but he bumps into Rouge. And she notices and she's all like, what the hell? Like, what are you doing here? Like, what is your problem? Like, why are you here? Like, and then Knuckles is like, look, I'm not following you or anything. Like, I'm not stalking you. And she's all like flirting. She's trying to flirt immediately. Rouge is a big girl. I mean, yeah, I would hope so. She is pretty big, like TBH. Like, that's my type of lady. That's my type of lady. I want to voice act in something so bad, but I don't know how to start. I've only done theater. You sent something in Straw Page. I only got one thing. I got another, but I deleted it because like it was kind of rude. But yeah, I don't know which one you sent. I would hope it wasn't the rude one. Yeah. I got someone being like, someone like sent a Straw Page inbox being like, why are you so fat, Felix? I'm like, gee, I don't know, man. I don't know how to answer that one. You do the math. You do the math. I could give you a list of my medications, and you can put all those numbers in. But yeah. Technically, I'm not like on medications anymore, but I never really like lost the weight when I ballooned. Oh, you sent a drawing? Oh, was it like the weird guys? Like I didn't know if that was like a troll or if it was just like someone being creative. I didn't know, so I kind of didn't really pay much mind to it. Alright, well, I am so freaking tired. My hair. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go to sleep. Okay, bye. My camera's delayed, so like it shows like some things. Like it's like all blurry. But yes. Okay, bye. Good night. Good night. I hope you guys all sleep well, eat well, rest well, brush your teeth also. Okay, good night. I'll be back on Friday. Yes. Actually, before I go, I think I'm still working on my live streaming schedule because I work a job where I get scheduled like pretty like inconsistently. So I'm thinking like I don't think I can do weekends because I work all day on weekends. I'm thinking I might have to only stream on weekdays, and like occasionally I could do weekends, but I don't think that should be like part of my schedule. More like if I'm available, I'm available. Like a surprise stream, I guess. Like I'll likely be on at 7 p.m. if I have the time to on weekends, but don't expect that. Like I'll ping whenever, but definitely Mondays and Fridays, Monday and Friday evenings. Um I would do that, and then next Saturday, I'm thinking for next Saturday of hosting an event for the Discord server and live streaming it. I don't know if any of you guys have heard. Okay, let me put my camera back down. Um, I don't know if any of you guys have heard of like mm, the what was it, the Roblox raid? I don't know if I can talk about it, but like it's this kid that's raiding, and I'm joining the group and everything. I'm thinking of like having SHSA joining in on that too, because why not? It's like a form of protest for all the schlep stuff. And I don't have work that day, so I'm thinking of actually live streaming. I think it would be fun. I think it'd be fun to live stream and like at least like archive the protest and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I think Mondays and Fridays, Mondays and Fridays. Yeah, Mondays and Fridays I could do Sonic High School Asylum, and then I guess like I'd have to think of what other days I can do for video games. But anyways, um, I'm gonna go.